you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the Bahamas and we're gonna do something very special today. We are gonna be sending it off on a drop-off in crystal clear water. I'm gonna go deep, that's my plan. And we got David, my cousin, hey. Robert, my cousin, Osvaldo, and we got Tamara. So we're all gonna send it out here on the 45 Sea Hunter. Excited to take you guys with us, and we'll see you out there in the water. And so we're out here on the spot. You can just see where it just drops off from like turquoise to like dark blue. Tamara, you need a spear? No. Oh. David, you see that? Oh, sick. The drop off is insane. You go down there and you can just see it just drops into nothingness. I'm gonna try to go to the edge of it.
So now when I jumped in this water, I could not believe how blue the water was, and also I could see the drop off immediately. So now this is my second dive. My first dive, I kind of went down to scope it out. It wasn't anything too crazy, but from this viewpoint, you could see how that water, it goes from about 70 feet is what you're looking at right now, and then it just drops literally straight down. So now on this dive, I've already kind of scouted everything out. Now that deepness was calling my name. So I wanted to make sure I went down to the reef area, and then I just wanted to kind of dive off the edge of this drop off, and it was a very eerie feeling. Now I ended up going to 106 feet on this dive, and it almost felt like I was in outer space because the drop off was so sharp and it gave you such a cool perspective of seeing how deep it is, and it just goes into like an abyss. So it's probably my first time ever doing this. If you ever get a chance to dive one of these drop-offs, I highly recommend it. It was such a cool experience. And after diving this, now we really wanted to do some kind of spearing, so we headed a little shallower.
Just 106. Dude, it's like a ghost town down there. 106. I went past the drop off. I should have went to 140. Fudge.
So we jumped in roughly in the same area, and the current brought us in a little shallower, and I threw a throw flasher, and this mutton came right up to it. Now David made a drop and was patient, waited. The mutton came in right to the flasher. David took a shot, and now this is me putting a backup shot. Now the shot looked a little low. There was a chance of it ripping out, so I went ahead and grabbed my pole spear, got a hold of his, held the fish a little steady so I could make the shot, and I plugged him. So now the fish doesn't always need a second shot, but on this one, I figured it'd be better to be safe than sorry. It wasn't really an issue, and also I wasn't too sure on the shark situation, Joe, so I figured it'd be good to put another shaft in.
I think I needed more power.
Now one thing we do that's really cool is you can see all these particles floating in the water, and that is the guts of the mutton that David just shot. So whenever we get a fish, we bleed them, brain them, and we gut them, and it ends up working as chum, and that's exactly what you see here. Now Robert is to the side of me, so you get a sideways third-person perspective on me spearing this mutton. Now I was patient, waited for him to come in, and the chum, I knew there was just a matter of time before he just got so interested in the chum and the smell, and he decided to come in close enough to give me a shot. And yeah, pretty stoked on this fish. First mutton of the day, but there's definitely more to come, so stay tuned. And also, I'd like to say, if you are not subscribed, subscribe right now. It's free. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop some content.
Hell yes.
I told the whole thing.
That was sick.
Did you know I was right there with you?
No, I had no idea, dude. Is my GoPro running?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I filmed the whole thing.
That was awesome. Dude, I didn't know you were that close. Here you go, Oswaldo. Good one, yeah.
We have been in the water for about maybe an hour at this point. I ended up making a drop. I threw my little throw flasher and it went to the bottom, and I saw muttons come in off in the distance, and I knew this sandy patch was perfect for me to make a drop, grab my flasher, toss up sand, and that's what I did. Right when I get there, I just chuck up sand and I just sink all the way to the bottom. I continuously grunting a little bit because I don't want to be too excessive, but I definitely tossing up sand. The mutton thinks something's up, and I don't want to look at the fish, but he comes right in, and then I plug him. And it's a decent shot, so I put a decent amount of pressure on the fish. I want to get him right to me because there could be a shark lurking around, and a fish kind of darting around like this would definitely bring a shark in. With us being experienced divers and being good dive buddies, we really don't have any issues with sharks this entire trip.
Woo! That was a big one. Ooh. Oh, sick. Here we go. It's a big one. Holy crap, some insane diving. Dude, Mutton City, and David just plugged a stud hog. Dude, that's a good one. Yeah. Look at that. Nice, David.
Last minute stop?
Yeah, last minute. Not a bad little hour and a half, 2 hour diving session. 4 muttons, 1 stud hog, and we have 0 numbers here. That's just good diving. Real talk. Robin, I'm sad you didn't get one.
I know. Next time.
I was rooting for you though. I was like, shit. It was insane. You guys saw that. Insane diving. God, I can't believe that. That many muttons in like a little hour span. Amazing. They just kept coming in on the little flasher. We get when we would gut it, and they would come in on the guts, and just, it was like repurposing, getting another one, repurposing. That was insane. Tamara, what do you think? Fun diving?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Just when you thought the video was over, we got some serious action coming your way. We're just coming in now, but you will see when we are heading out on this little adventure, and get ready. It's a good one. Today, you can see I am not on some ordinary boat. I am on a 54 Viking, and we are going to be doing some diving off this sucker. So we're gonna finish prepping the boat, icing it down, and I will see you guys out there on the water.
So we jump in, and it does not take long for the hogfish to show up. Gia grabs his pole spear, lands a good shot on this hog, grabs him. I'm kind of down there just for backup in case a shark shows up, and we get this guy to the surface. First fish in the box.
Nice, dude. Nice. He was far.
So now we're diving the shallow stuff, and I go ahead and use the Hawaiian sling. I saw this little rock hind pop up in this hole. I draw back, and then I plug him, and now I know he's on the spear. And now with these Hawaiian slings, you want to go for the fish right after you shoot him. And that's what I did. Landed him. Nice quick fish to add to the cooler. So now we're going back to the Hawaiian sling. You can see Robert drawing back on a nice mangrove snapper. And same thing, once you shoot these fish, you want to get your hands on the fish, otherwise there's a high chance they will tear off the Hawaiian sling. So now this is a cool dive. We go a little bit deeper in about 60 to 70 feet.
So it's like a good head. It is deep though.
And we don't have any chum, and this is new territory, but I threw my little throw flasher, and you can see all these fish coming up to it. They think it's some kind of particle or piece of fish dropping to the bottom. including this mutton. And now I shot, and I think I hit him in the spine, which didn't give me full penetration. So at first, I'm pulling on the fish. I'm not giving him any slack because I thought I had a really good mid-body shot. But about right now, I realize that slip tip is barely in. So I go look to Robert, tell him, hold up the number 2. That means get a second shot at him. And he does. He goes down there and just absolutely drills this thing.
Nice. Oh, sweet.
Nice.
So now earlier in the day, I shot a nice Spearo mackerel, and that is exactly what we're having for lunch. And I highly recommend doing this. Sashimi right on the boat. It is delicious if you have some soy sauce, some sesame seeds. It makes for a great little afternoon snack.
All right, you guys, we just dropped everybody off, and what a freaking day. We're gonna fill up in some fuel, but look at this box. That is some quality fish. And that Spearo, we took off one slab, ate it for sashimi, if you couldn't see from the vid. It was some awesome diving. Unfortunately, I didn't get that Spearo mackerel on film, but you know, I got basically everything else. That mutton was an epic little end of the day dive, and I hope you guys learned something through that, me talking you through it, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure. There is definitely more to come. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I drop videos just like this one. Give this video a thumbs up, and like always, I'll see you guys next week for another adventure. Later.